All right, so get this. Imagine stumbling upon a real-life treasure map.
Ooh, sounds exciting.
Yeah, leading to riches beyond your wildest dreams, right? Well, that's what we're diving into today.
Okay, I'm all ears.
We're talking about a real-life treasure hunt, orchestrated by a Bitcoin investor who stashed a fortune across the U.S.
Wow, hold on, this is actually happening.
Yeah.
Like right now.
It is. This isn't some made-up story. We're talking about Jon Collins-Black. He's hidden 5 treasure chests, and we're talking serious money here, over $2 million.
2 million. Okay, now you've got my attention.
Right. So we're going to dig into this. By the way, all this info is coming from a recent Fox 10 Phoenix News article.
Okay, got it.
So picture this 5 alive treasure chests out there, hidden in plain sight, somewhere across the United States. It's like something straight out of a movie.
And the clock is ticking, I bet. People are probably out there searching right now.
Absolutely. So the question is, how do you find them? Well, Collins-Black has provided a sort of treasure map, a book he wrote titled, There's Treasure Inside.
Clever title. It makes you think it's not just about finding the treasure, but maybe about some kind of personal journey, too.
Yeah, like there's a deeper meaning hidden within the pages. Now, let's talk treasure. What's inside these chests? We're talking gold doubloons. Imagine holding these historic coins in your hand.
Wow, those would be something to see.
And for all you sports fans out there, one chest contains a rare Michael Jordan rookie card.
Talk about a slam dunk. And wait, did you say something about Bitcoin, too?
Of course. I mean, this is a Bitcoin investor we're talking about. So,
Okay.
yeah, there's a Bitcoin stashed in one of these chests as well. Talk about a diverse collection.
It's like he's trying to appeal to everyone, history buffs, sports fans, tech investors.
Right. So I'm curious, if you were to find one of these chests, which treasure would excite you the most?
Honestly, the Michael Jordan rookie card would be pretty tempting, but those gold doubloons, that's history in your hands. Tough choice.
Yeah, it really makes you think. Now, the big question is, where are these chests hidden? We know there's a book with clues, but where do we even begin?
Right, it's the whole U.S. It's a pretty big playing field.
Exactly. Some people are speculating the locations might be related to Collins-Black's life, places he's lived or things he's interested in.
That makes sense. Maybe some spots mentioned in his book? Or places that hold special significance to him.
It's a possibility. But here's a thought. Could the treasures be hidden in plain sight, disguised as everyday objects? Like, what if a treasure chest is hidden inside a fake rock in Central Park?
Whoa, that would be wild. You'd walk right by it and never know.
Exactly. So we need to be thinking outside the box here.
Absolutely. This isn't just about following a map. It's about connecting seemingly unrelated facts, looking for patterns, and being really, really observant.
And maybe brushing up on our history and geography skills?
You never know what kind of clues he's thrown in there. This Collins-Black guy sounds like a real puzzle master.
He does. And it's clear he wants these treasures to be found. Otherwise, why go through all this trouble? It's like he's inviting us all to join him on this incredible adventure.
I'm game. So where do we start?
Well, before we dive into specific strategies for deciphering the clues, let's take a closer look at the man behind this treasure hunt, Jon Collins-Black. Who is he, and what might his motivations be?
Okay, let's get into it. This is getting good.
Now things are about to get really interesting.
So let's say you actually get your hands on Collins-Black's book. You're ready to embark on this treasure hunt. Where do you even begin? I mean, it's a whole book, right?
It's a bit overwhelming, right? Like, where do you start? It's like you've got all these words and clues.
Yeah, it's like staring at a blank canvas.
But instead of paints, we've got, like, words.
Exactly, and a whole lot of hidden meanings, probably. But you know what? That blank canvas, it's an invitation.
All like that.
It's a chance for us to really, flex our creative muscles and look at things from different angles and think critically.
Okay, so what would your first brush stroke be on this treasure hunt canvas? Where do you start?
Okay, well, remember how we talked about Collins-Black's treasure collection?
Yeah, the doubloons, the Michael Jordan card.
Yeah, and the Bitcoin, right. That tells me he's thinking on multiple levels, and I wouldn't be surprised if the clues mirrored that complexity.
So we shouldn't assume it's all going to be straightforward riddles or just coordinates on a map.
Exactly. He might be weaving in, historical references, pop culture, maybe even wordplay, anagrams, who knows?
Okay, so we need to be ready to switch gears mentally, be prepared to decode different types of clues. But how do we know which clues belong together? Because presumably there's a set of clues for each treasure chest, right?
Right, and that's where it gets really interesting. This is where, our analytical skills really come into play. Remember, 5 treasure chests. So it's very likely that the clues are grouped somehow.
So we might have clusters of clues, each leading to a different chest.
Exactly. And those clusters might be connected by a theme, a pattern, maybe even a subtle narrative hidden within the book.
So it's almost like piecing together a jigsaw puzzle.
Yes.
But instead of a visual image, we're building a roadmap to these treasures.
That is a great analogy. And just like with the jigsaw puzzle, sometimes you need to try different combinations, before you find that perfect fit.
So you shouldn't be discouraged if your initial interpretations don't lead you anywhere right away.
Absolutely. You got to revisit the clues. You got to try different approaches, like persistence and flexibility key in any treasure hunt, especially one as intricate as this.
Okay, so we're being meticulous, we're thinking multidimensionally, we're being patient. Let's say we manage to solve a cluster of clues, and we're convinced we know the general location of a treasure chest.
Okay.
What then? What do you do?
Well, that's when the real-world adventure begins. Boots on the ground, exploring potential locations, and keeping our eyes peeled for anything out of the ordinary.
Because remember, Collins-Black said the treasures are hidden in plain sight.
Exactly. So we're not necessarily talking about digging up backyards or scaling mountains.
Right.
These chests could be cleverly disguised, blended into their surroundings.
So we need to be incredibly observant, paying attention to, seemingly mundane details.
I mean, think about it. A hollowed-out book on a park bench, a fake rock near a historical landmark, even a seemingly abandoned birdhouse could be hiding a treasure chest.
Whoa. So we need to look at the world through a different lens, almost like we're kids again, rediscovering the magic in the everyday.
Exactly. And maybe that's part of the point of this whole treasure hunt, to break us out of our routines, to make us see the world with fresh eyes, and to remind us that adventure can be found anywhere, even in the most unexpected places.
And who knows? Maybe that sense of wonder, that childlike curiosity, is the real treasure inside.
Ooh, I like that.
It certainly makes the hunt even more rewarding, right?
Absolutely. And, the thrill of the chase, the challenge of the puzzles, and the potential for an incredible discovery, it all adds up to an experience that's both mentally stimulating and incredibly exciting.
It's like Collins-Black has gifted us with a chance to step into an adventure novel, become the heroes of our own stories.
I love that.
But just like in those stories, there are bound to be challenges and setbacks along the way.
Oh, for sure.
What are some of the hurdles that treasure hunters might encounter on this particular quest?
I think one of the biggest challenges is going to be avoiding misinterpretations, right? The clues, they're likely to be subtle, open to multiple interpretations. It'd be really easy to go down rabbit holes, wasting time and energy on dead ends.
So how do we guard against that? How do we know if we're on the right track?
Well, I think that's where collaboration becomes crucial.
Okay.
Imagine a community of treasure hunters all sharing their insights, comparing notes, and helping each other avoid those pitfalls.
So this treasure hunt isn't necessarily a solitary pursuit.
Yeah.
It could be a collective effort.
Yes, a chance for people to connect with others who share their passion for puzzles and adventure.
And maybe the key to solving a particular clue lies in someone else's unique perspective or interpretation, right?
Exactly.
It's like Collins-Black has created a platform for collaboration, a way for people from all walks of life to come together and work towards a common goal.
And you know what? In a world that often feels increasingly divided, that's a really powerful message.
Absolutely, it is. It's a reminder that we can achieve incredible things when we work together, when we pool our knowledge and resources and support each other's efforts.
It's like he's saying, hey, here's a challenge, but you don't have to face it alone. You've got a community, a network of like-minded individuals who can help you along the way.
I love that. It really adds another layer of depth and meaning to this whole treasure hunt.
Yeah.
So we've got the potential for misinterpretation. But what about the physical aspects of the search? Once we have a general location, what are some of the practical challenges we might face?
Well, first thing to remember is that these treasure chests are hidden in plain sight, right? That means they could be disguised as everyday objects, blended into their surroundings.
Right.
So we need to be incredibly observant, paying attention to seemingly mundane details.
So it's not just about deciphering clues and pinpointing locations. It's also about retraining our eyes to see the unusual within the ordinary.
Exactly. And that's where things get really interesting. We need to approach each potential location with a sense of curiosity, a willingness to question everything we see. Like, could that seemingly abandoned birdhouse be hiding something more? Is that oddly shaped rock actually a cleverly disguised treasure chest?
Ooh, It's like we need to tap into our inner detective,
Yeah.
always looking for subtle clues and inconsistencies.
Exactly. And we need to be prepared for the possibility that the treasure might be hidden in a location that's not easily accessible. We might need to do some hiking, some exploring, maybe even some climbing to reach our goal.
So this treasure hunt requires both mental and physical agility. It's
Yes.
a test of our wits and our endurance.
Precisely. And that's what makes it so rewarding, right? It's not just about finding the treasure. It's about overcoming the challenges, pushing our limits, and proving to ourselves that we're capable of more than we thought possible.
It's like Collins-Black has created a real-life adventure, a chance for us to tap into our primal instincts,
Yes.
to embrace the thrill of the chase, and to experience the satisfaction of achieving something truly extraordinary.
And even if we don't find the treasure, the journey itself is sure to be an incredible learning experience.
I couldn't agree more. It's a chance to explore new places, to test our limits, and to connect with others who share our passion for adventure.
Yeah.
But let's face it, at the end of the day, the prospect of finding a treasure worth millions of dollars, it's a pretty powerful motivator, right?
Oh, absolutely. And while the journey itself is invaluable, there's no denying the allure of that potential reward.
So what do you think are the chances of someone actually finding one of these treasure chests? Is this a realistic possibility or more of a pipe dream?
Well, given the complexity of the clues, the vastness of the search area, and the fact that these treasures are hidden in plain sight, the odds are definitely stacked against any individual treasure hunter.
So it's a long shot, but not impossible.
Exactly. And remember, Collins-Black has stated that he wants these treasures to be found. I mean, he wouldn't have gone through all this trouble if he didn't believe that someone could crack the code.
So it's like he's given us a challenge, but he's also given us a glimmer of hope, a reason to believe that success is attainable.
And that's what makes this treasure hunt so captivating. It's a blend of mystery, adventure, and the tantalizing possibility of a life-changing discovery.
It's a reminder that even in a world that often feels predictable and mundane, there are still extraordinary adventures to be had, treasures to be found, and stories waiting to be written.
And who knows, maybe one of our listeners will be the one to write the next chapter in this incredible saga.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground today, exploring the intricacies of this real-life treasure hunt,
Yeah.
the challenges and rewards that await those who dare to embark on it,
Mm-hmm.
and the deeper meanings hidden within this extraordinary adventure.
Absolutely.
Wow, we've really dug deep into this treasure hunt, haven't we? It's amazing how one story can spark so many different thoughts.
Yeah, no, right? We've talked about everything from actual strategies for finding the treasure to the bigger meaning behind it all.
Exactly. And it's not just about the money, is it? There's something about the thrill of the hunt, the challenge, the possibility of finding something truly amazing.
And the fact that Collins-Black created this whole thing, it's mind-blowing.
He really has created something special, hasn't he? This isn't just a treasure hunt. It's an experience, a journey.
It is. And before we wrap up, I'm curious, what's the most compelling part of this whole thing for you?
That's a good question. I think it's the ingenuity of it all. The fact that Collins-Black has crafted this incredibly complex puzzle, it's challenging us on so many levels.
Right. He's making us think outside the box, look for connections, be more observant.
Exactly. He's encouraging us to rediscover that childlike sense of wonder and curiosity.
And that's something we could all use a little more of, don't you think? Especially in today's world.
Absolutely. It's a reminder that adventure is out there if we're willing to look for it.
And that the greatest treasures are often the ones we find through our own efforts.
So well said. This has been a fantastic deep dive into this real-life treasure hunt. We've explored the clues, the strategies, the challenges, the rewards.
And maybe, just maybe, one of our listeners will be the lucky one to find one of those chests.
Hey, if you do, come back and tell us all about it. We'd love to hear your story.
Yeah, absolutely. Until then, happy hunting, everyone. May your journey be filled with discovery and maybe even a little bit of treasure.
And that's a wrap on another episode of The Deep Dive. Until next time, keep those minds curious and those hearts adventurous.